Hi, today we will be going over some basic features of Access. In this video, you're going to learn how to create a table and forms and reports in Microsoft Access. So what we want to do is we want to open up Access. I am working with Access 2013 and you will be working with 2010 for the class assignment, but don't worry, most of the stuff is still laid out in the exact same place. So the first thing that we'll need to do is to create a new database. So we'll click on the File tab here and we'll go to New, and we want to create a blank desktop database, or probably for 2010 it's just going to be a blank database. So click on that option and we'll get it an option in 2013 to name our database, and we'll just type in TKT 13 TKB, excuse me, 1312, and hit create. If you don't get this with 2010, you don't have to worry about it. So go ahead and create the database. It's taking us through a few more steps here in 2013. So we get our database table open. Now a table is a collection of fields. Each one of these up here on this very top row, highlighted in a faint blue color, are going to be fields. So each one of these fields, they're followed by a column, or they're at the top of the column, and each of the little sections or cells underneath the field is called a field value, and that's where we put the information for that particular field. So here we have one field. We have ID, that's our first field, and we're gonna have to make some changes to that so we can change the name of that field. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click on that field and we're gonna change it to customer ID. Press tab and it's going to tab over to the next field, and it's going to ask us what type of field we want to create. If you get this drop down menu like this, we want this to be a text field because we're going to put their first name. So just hit short text. We can type in last name, tab over again, select short text, first name, tab over again, and we're gonna have number. So let's go to number. I'm gonna put in phone. Here we enter their phone number. Let's tab over and we will put in, excuse me, signing date and enter. Okay, now currently we are in the datasheet view. If we want to switch and go to the design view, we're just going to say this is customer info, and if we want to switch over from table different views, it's going to ask us to save the information every time. Customer info. So we press enter and it switches us over to the design view. So this view here, we can go in and change the data type. So we have auto number. We don't want this to be auto number because it's going to automatically number the primary key or the customer ID number for us. So what we're going to do here is just type on or click on number. So it's going to be a number field, and just say that we want to make some changes here. We don't want to have this is customer ID. And go here and backspace, and we're going to change this to contract number. Go down, we'll change this one to customer ID, this one to contract amount, signing date, we'll move it up here, we'll change the signing date to contract type. Okay, so contract type, we don't want that to be a number. We want to actually type in some text there. So we'll just click on long text. For sign date, we'll click on date time, short date, contract amount, we'll click on currency, customer ID number. Now we have some options down here that we can manipulate at this bottom tab for each one of these fields. So just say for the date, the signing date, we click on that one under the data type section there, and we can come down here and we can put in format and go over and click this drop down arrow, and it's going to show us the different options we can have to format our dates. So you can pick whichever one of these you would like. I'm going to go ahead and pick the medium date and save this. We can go back to our data sheet view, and we can see here that all that information has been changed for us. Now, just depending on your preference, the data sheet view might be more preferable than the design view. I tend to like the design view, but for this class we're going to be working mainly in the data sheet view. So for the contract number, the first one we're going to type in 3011. Customer ID number is going to be 11001. Go over 4,000, and you can see that it's set to currency. So we just type in 4,000, we go over, and it automatically set to $4,000 with the dollar sign, the comma, and the two decimal points behind the 4,000. Signing date is going to be 2/9/13. Go over, and you'll see February 9, 2013. Contract type, we're going to type in residential. Press enter, go into the next record here. It's going to be 3026 11036. Excuse me, I typed all that into one. 3026 11038. The amount 165,000. Excuse me, I can't even give off small numbers. Date is 3/11/13, and contract type is going to be landscape. Enter, and we're just going to enter 3 records here. So 3012, go over 11027. The next one is going to be $300 for the contract amount. The date, we will just go with 2/18/2013. Now when you enter your dates, no matter which format you press, you have to put the slash or the dash between the date and the month, so it can indicate the difference between the date, the month, and the year. Okay, and the contract type, we're just going to put consultation. Okay, so here you can see that we have our 3 records. So all of these fields makes a record. So we have the contract number, the customer ID, the contract amount, the signing date, and the contract type. All 5 of those fields to make up a record. So the record for these 3 customers, we have 3 records in here for the 3 customers that we have. This little asterisk here indicates where the next record will be placed in the database. And if we go back here to design view, you can see that nothing has changed. We just do our formatting change mainly here. So click back on data sheet view, go ahead and save this. And what we want to do next is to create. So click on the create tab. We want to create a form. Okay, so we got customer info, and you see the different little logo up here for a form. This is our form. And if we want to do some formatting to that, we can click on this format under the forms layout 2 section of the ribbon. So let's go click on format, and we can do different things here, like change the color. We can change the field color for the form if we want to. So a lot of different things we can do. Let's go to our design. We can go to the view. Right now we're in the layout view. If we want to go to the design view, this is what we get. We can insert a background image. So let's go to background image, browse. It's going to open up our picture folders, or should by default. So we can go to, well, excuse me, open up my document. Let's go over here and click on pictures in your libraries and sample pictures. Oh, I have no sample pictures. Look at there. Wallpapers. Here we go. Just click on any one of these. Then we have our image inserted in the back of that. So we can click back onto design. We can go to view, and we can click on our form view to see how it will actually look. Might want to pick a more appropriate image if you do a background image so that it makes this looks more attractive. But one thing that we can do here is we can go to our design view. Excuse me. Let's go to the layout view. So we can get the layout view and we can move this form over so that it's on top of that image, so it gives it a more attractive appeal. Here you see your customer info name for that table. If you want to change that, you could. Right here we see that this text isn't showing up too good, so we double click on that text and select it, and then we can go here and change the font color. Let's go with red, since the shirt is red, and I think it'll show up good against that gray color there. So there we go. We have changed the color of our text. As you can see, we can do that. We can make it bold if we wanted to give more emphasis, but that's not showing up too good. So we'll take bold off to see if it's showing up a little bit better. So there you go. That's how you would make edits in the in your forms. So just basic changes right there we're doing. We can do a background color too if we like to. So we can go to format and let's see, fill. That's the background color that we changed it to. That's how we would do a table. So you would print that out for your final project. So we can go back here to create, and the next thing we want to create is a report. And this is really simple. So you just click on report, and what it's going to do, it's going to give you a report of all your customers' information. It's going to give you a total amount for the contracts, and it's automatically placed at the end of the report once you create the report. Same thing here. You can go to format. You can add a background image if you like. They had the most recent one, so just with keeping with making it consistent, we just select that same image. If you wanted to change the color of these text, you could do that so you could read them better, but you would have to go in the different views. So go to design view, then layout, or design view to change that. Excuse me, let's go to the design view. Double click on that, and we can format, make that red. Actually, let's go to the time, make time white to see which one shows up better. Time is set to white. Then we can go back to design, go to the report view. So it's still kind of hard to tell, but I think that for me the white is showing up a little bit better, except for here where this light gray and white meets together. So you can just do that, play around with it, make it look nice and appealing when you do your project. And you just need to save all three of these together in one file. So we can just go up here and save them all as customer info, or whatever you do your project on. Just save the appropriate name to correspond with your project. And that is it. If you all have any questions, feel free to contact me via Blackboard. I'll be out for this week for the conference, so if you have any questions, you can email me, and I'll be uploading my personal information on my courses or Blackboard, so that you can contact me if you have any questions about the project. Hopefully you all enjoying that this was a help to you all getting started with your projects. I look forward to seeing them.